Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift Worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift Worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift Worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. So you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Okay, you can tell how late it is because poor old Amy is yawning. She's tired. Clive's doing fake yawning, although I'm sure Clive's tired as well. Clive does about 6 runs a day on Zwift. So welcome along to the Film My Run video 5K. We are 40 seconds away from the start here in the Paris course. We've got a small selection of runners. We've only got about 4 people on camera, but it's lovely to have Leo Loughran back with us running today. Hello Leo, nice to have you there. And also hello to Clive, who's running, and Amy, who's running, and Dan Mapp, who has just finished the Zwift Running League and has now come for a cool down run with us. So it's very kind of him to join us. Dan's been in my team today for the running league. So we're off in 10 seconds. Here we go. Enjoy your run, everyone. We have a few other runners who aren't on camera, Neil Messenger being one of them. So thank you for joining us, Neil. Neil's at the gym. But Neil's at the gym, so he can't put his camera on, which is a shame, but never mind. We've also got Kay Barker. Hello to Kay Barker. And who else is there? Somebody from Noble Pro Sloth team is there. Right, we've got Leo Loughran is going off in the lead. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at Leo first. We've got this little lead in before the race actually starts. Hello, Rob Harrison. Nice treadmill, Leo, says Rob. I hope Leo's got used to using that because it's still relatively new treadmill. Steve Milne, hello, Leo, Clive, Amy and Dan. Rob Harrison says, I've read that already. Kim Salt says, hi, Tina. Colin Loughran says, enjoy, Leo Loughran, love you, buddy. Tina Beard, good to see you, Leo. Yeah, great to have Leo back. Paul Hayward says the late night show. Rob Harrison says we just caught Amy yawning. Kim Salt says stay awake, Amy. Right, Gayton Chasen was going to join us, but he has internet problems, so that's why he's not with us today. But he was on the start list. We did have about 10. Eventually, we had about 10 on the actual start list. 7 have turned up to run, and we've got 4 on camera. I appreciate and I apologise once again that the time is so late. 9:05. We normally start an hour earlier than this, 8:05. Unfortunately, it's just a case of Zwift HQ in Los Angeles. Time zone changes and oddities mean that occasionally every year all the runs in Europe get pushed back by an hour, and that is the time of year we are at now. So we're basically just waiting for it to go back to its normal time. So there's Leo. He's running at 17 kilometers an hour. Heart rate is nice and low at the moment, but that will go up. We know Leo pushes it hard, and he'll get his running and his heart rate up, right up to at least 180 by the end, probably, if he's going to really go for it. Hang on 2 seconds. Let me just give Leo a ride on. So he's already down at the bottom of the Champs-Élysées. Let's have a look at Leo's stats. Leo has run a total distance of 2,584 kilometres on Zwift. And he's also a level 21 runner. So he has no more levels left to climb. But by the way, do remember, if you are running on Zwift and you are level 21, you are still accruing points in the background. And when we get new levels at some point in the future, those points will be added and you will go up the levels. If indeed levels is the next thing that happens, we may have something completely different in a few months or a year or so time. They may completely change how Zwift works, and points might be out, levels might be out the window. Who knows? Clara Davies says good to have Leo back on the treadmill. Tina Beard says, why is Neil always running at the gym now? I don't know. Maybe he doesn't like his treadmill at home anymore. I don't know. Good point, because he has got a treadmill at home, hasn't he? Did it break? Was that what happened? It might have broken. Not sure. Okay, anyway, so Neil Messenger is in second place at the moment, running steadily along the banks of the River Seine, with Dan Mapp in third place, and Dan is having a nice, relaxed, easy run, recovering from the hard effort of coming in. Well, we don't know if it's third or second place in the Zwift Running League. There's different results flying about everywhere. So if you look on the Zwift Companion app, you'll see one set of results. And then you look on Zwift Power and you'll see another set of results with other people who aren't there now because they either haven't signed up to Zwift Power or they didn't sign up to the Zwift Running League correctly. So there are various reasons why people aren't in Zwift Power and not on the results there. And then, so who knows what the actual results will be when WTRL release them, whenever that is. I haven't actually looked on the WTRL website today to see if the results are already up there. I know when they started the cycling, or the duathlon rather, there weren't any results for 2 weeks apparently. Niels Hoffman says, how was today's Zwift Running League? Who took the win? Which team? He says he wasn't there. We're not sure. Well, I don't know. My team was the Film My Run team. Dan was in my team, who we're looking at now. He came in 3rd place overall. But then on the Zwift Power results, he's 2nd. So I don't know if we get 2 or 3 points for that. I think I was 19th overall, but on Zwift Power I'm 14th. And then Tim Iveson from my team was 12th or 16th. So depending on which set of results you look at. So I have no idea. Although, having said that, I think one of the Noble Pro Ibex or Noble Pro Jarvis Bear has probably won it this week. Catherine Gregory says, hi, I will join again once Racing League has finished. No way I'm running at 10 p.m. on a Friday after a day at work and then racing 8 a.m. on Saturday followed by another day at work. Catherine, I totally understand. I totally understand. Yeah, don't worry about that. You join us when you can. Right, Dan Map. Let's have a look at Dan's setup on Zwift. Where is he? There he is. So Dan Map is a level 17 runner. So he's not been on Zwift as long as you might imagine. He's still, climbing up the levels there. But level 17 is pretty high. And he's done 1,172 kilometres on Zwift. He's also a cyclist, level 17 on the bike, 1,415 kilometres on the bike. So that's Dan. Let's go back to Clive. So Clive is 48 seconds behind Dan. Clive is in 4th place. Heart rate of 151. He's running alongside the River Seine with the Tivoli Gardens on the left as well. Buenaventura says whack. I don't know what that means. Ian Matthews says in my pen. What does in my pen mean? Oh, hang on a second. It's a bit lower down. He says that time in my start pen was 12:47 for 4.4k. I'm not sure, Ian. Whack. Oh, I see. Yeah, right. So, apparently, Buenaventura says Dan Map is running at 15 kilometres an hour, and it looks like he's doing 8 kilometres an hour. He's so, with those long legs and that relaxed attitude, relaxed stance, makes it look easy, doesn't he? And Victoria says she'd be flying off the back of the treadmill. Clive Finnimore is taking it nice and easy, 4:52 per kilometre. He's 1.5 kilometres in, and he is being caught by Amy Green, who is out to beat Clive today, and no doubt trying to catch Dan Map as well. She's going for it. 4:54 per kilometre, 1.5 kilometres in. She has got Clive in her sights. It depends whether Clive is up for a challenge or not, because Clive has also just run the Zwift Running League as well, so he must be on a recovery run. Heart rate is 151, so he's relatively comfortable at the moment. There's Amy. So let's go and give Amy a ride on. Amy is working a little bit harder than Clive, 166 beats per minute. Amy is running the Zwift Running League tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. So good luck to her getting up at that time in the morning, and thank you so much to her as well for running with us tonight at 9 o'clock at night. She's running a 5k with us, and then in the morning she's getting up to run in her Zwift Running League at 7 o'clock in the morning, and she'll have to do that every week now for the next 6 weeks. Every Saturday she's going to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and run her Zwift Running League. So I imagine, Amy, that your teammates are either in Australia or it must be Australia or Thailand or something like that. You must have your team scattered across the world, I imagine, to be doing 7 a.m. Unless you're all in Britain and you've decided you wanted to run in that league and get up early on a Saturday morning. But kudos to you for doing that. Although you haven't done it yet, she might lie in bed tomorrow and decide she's not getting up. There is always that. Right, let's go back to the front. Leo Loughran, 2.5 kilometres in, halfway. In first place, he's 1 minute and 19 seconds ahead of Dan. And look, I told you his heart rate would go up. Leo is at 186 beats per minute, 183 beats per minute. So my Zwift Running League race today, the highest my heart rate got to was about 174, 175, something like that. Leo is having a nice relaxed run and his heart rate is at 185. Buenaventura says he's on his way home. Amazing. So Buenaventura has finished his time on the oil rigs out in the North Sea and he is coming back. Colin Loughran says, great to see my brother back doing what he loves. Go Leo. Yeah, absolutely. I think we're all in agreement. Leo, well, I was going to say has been through a tough time, but he's going through a tough time still. And we wish him all the best and his kids. And it's great to see him running and doing what he loves, like you said, Colin. Yeah, absolutely. Kim Salt says, someday I really will join this run. I plan on it every week, but something always comes up. Today I did stage 4 Tour of Watopia bike ride and I am wiped out. It's also my birthday. Oh, and need to be alive for my birthday dinner in a few hours. Happy birthday, Kim. Are you 22? 21 or 22 today, Kim? Do let us know. I know it must be. I'm sure it's 21 or 22 that you are today. Happy birthday, Kim. Happy birthday to you. And let me just find the comments that have gone off the screen. Hang on. Missing some comments down at the bottom here. Paul Hayward says, the Spanish runners dominated Group C today. Yes, absolutely. If you were with us earlier on and you were watching the race and then me going through the results at the end, you'll see that Group C was absolutely overrun by Zwift España runners. So Spanish runners who used to do a 5K that I used to like doing on a Friday evening, but they don't, a Thursday evening, sorry, but they don't do it anymore. And clearly this is why, because they've decided to completely overhaul Group C of the Zwift Running League this evening. So Steve Milne says, happy birthday, Kim. Ryan Downey, happy birthday, Kim. Victoria says, happy birthday, Kim. Tina says, happy birthday, Kim. John Farrell says, happy birthday, Kim. So happy birthday to you. And Leo is at 3.2 kilometres with 1,800 metres to go. Kim agrees, she is definitely 22 today. Richard Burrows says, hello everyone. So Rick was running today as well in the running league. I don't know, I can't remember where he came, but you definitely beat me, Richard. I was an outlier in that group today. I had no business being in that group. We really should have joined Group B, the Helsinki group. But foolishly, I overestimated my abilities and joined the Atlanta group and came in almost last. Almost last. I'm sure I let Dan down, yeah. Right, Leo is in first place at 3.4 kilometres, heart rate of 190. Heart rate of 190 now as he heads up the hill towards the Champs-Élysées, towards the Arc de Triomphe. Neil Messenger is running in the gym. He is in second place, but he's right alongside Dan Mapp. So Neil Messenger, and who'd have thought that as a combination? Neil Messenger and Dan Mapp running alongside each other. There's Dan. Look at Dan. He's just lolling along like he's having the time of his life. Richard Burrows says he came 12th. Yeah, so is that 12th on the Zwift Companion results, Richard? Because I think you'll find you might be higher on the Zwift Power results. Let's just have a little look at that actually. Activities. No, Leo's still got 1,400 metres to go. Let's find the results of the race today. So yeah, 12th place Richard Burrows. That's on the Zwift Companion app. I think, Richard, if you look at the the Zwift Power results, you will be about 6 places higher than that. Paul Hayward says, I want Dan's treadmill. Ask Dan, because Dan asked John Hancock where he should get his treadmills. He hasn't had that one long, but he got a really good deal. So if you're interested, go and speak to either Dan or John Hancock, and they will point you in the right direction to get yourself one of those Proform treadmills, and they are really solid pieces of work, let me tell you. John Farrell swears out loud at Leo's heart rate. Neil Messenger's heart rate is slightly more relaxed at 158. Let's have a look at Dan Mapp's heart rate. Dan Mapp's is even more relaxed at 138. Dan is having a walk in the park at the moment. Rob Harrison says, I want Dan's legs. Yeah, I'm not sure I'd look right with Dan's legs. They are long, aren't they? That's the thing, you see. Some people have just got the genetics, the body to run fast. With long legs and a long stride length, you can cover a lot more ground a lot quicker. Richard Burrows says he's pleased as he got a new PB. So regardless of his placing, he got a new PB. What for what distance though? It wasn't a 5. Did you run on to 5k, Richard? Because you got a PB, but for what distance? Because 4.4 isn't your normal distance, is it? Ian Matthews, regardless of Dan's treadmill or Dan's legs, which other people want, Ian Matthews wants Dan's hair. So before we finish this race, Dan will have been stripped of his legs, his treadmill and his hair. There won't be much left. Victoria says she'd like Dan's age as well. Right, let's just nip back to Clive Finnimore. That's enough of gawping over Dan Mapp, you lot. Have Clive Finnimore to look at. There's a specimen for you. There's a fine figure of a man to dream of being. Does anybody want Clive Finnimore's legs? Or Clive Finnimore's hair? Anyone after Clive's hair? I'm sure he'd be glad to give it away. Anyone want Clive's treadmill? I'm not sure. Has Clive got a Noble Pro? I can never remember what treadmills people have got. I think he has got one, or he's getting one. I can't remember, Clive, what you've got. Right, John Farrell has just showed his son Dan's legs. What a start! Right, I'm not sure that's come out quite as intended. Don't. Oh, in terms of running style, yeah, I get you. Yeah, that's it. Yes, fair enough. Okay, Clara Davies. Right, that is a very good point, Clara. Clara, who is the other half, the better half of Rob Davies, who also ran today in the Zwift League and came, get this, 6th overall in the official results, right behind Dan Mapp. But so if you take out the people who don't count for Zwift Power, so that's Adam Holland and Martley and Buchanan, who's that? The fourth place runner. Dan Mapp is 2nd and Rob Davies is 3rd. Anyway, Clara says, I want Clive's lunch and pets. Lunch? Why? What's his lunch? Clara, what does Clive have for his lunch that you would like to have? But yeah, Clive's pets are tortoises, an African grey parrot. He's got a lizard, hasn't he? A big lizard. And dogs, yeah. Go ML says, what was the best team in today's league? We think it was the Noble Pro Jarvis Bears, but we're not entirely sure that they have been correctly registered, because Adam Holland is in that team and isn't on the Zwift Power results. So we're not entirely sure who the winning team was, and I haven't yet looked on the on the WTRL website to see if they've already published the results or not. I don't know. So as well as so lots of people want Clive's pets. Kim Salt says she wants Clive's zoo, and Tina Beard says Clive's lunches are very posh. Okay, I don't remember seeing any of Clive's lunches before. Okay, so apparently Clive's lunches after MSG runs are put M&S to shame. They're legendary, apparently. Okay, right. Oh no, have we missed Leo finishing? Damn it, we've missed Leo finishing. Leo, I'm so sorry, buddy. Put him on. I wasn't paying attention. Leo, buddy, well done, mate. He's obviously finished first. He's obviously won the Zwift video 5K. I'm so sorry for not catching him finish. That's my fault entirely for getting carried away with other conversations. Well done, Leo. Brilliant running, as always, and great to have you back. Missed your time, but I'm sure you can tell us. I'm sure we'll find you in the results later on. Neil Messenger and Dan Mapp running together have 200 metres to go. So they're just rounding the Arc de Triomphe now. And Dan Mapp is going to finish in third place with Neil Messenger in second. Dan Mapp's heart rate is 138. Neil Messenger's heart rate is 165. Neil's going for the win. He's going to try and beat Dan. And I think he's got it. Paul Hayward says, great running, Leo. Kim Salt says Clive posts pictures of his lunches. So there's Dan coming in to finish just behind Leo. 100 metres to go, less than 100 metres to go. Heart rate of 137. And then we'll nip down to Amy Green in a minute. There's Dan's finished. Neil's finished and Dan's finished. 5K done for them. Well done, guys. And back to Amy Green, who is making her way up the Champs-Elysees. She is 17 seconds behind Clive Finnemore, so if she can put a sprint in, she can still catch. She can still catch Clive. She's got 700 metres to catch him. And I think I was in my race. I was about 10 seconds behind the person in front with about 700 metres to go, so I had a little less to catch up. I managed to just hit the guy to the post. So Amy's got a little bit more work to do. Steve Mill, Patsy Power, Clive. Jojo, that's Johannes, says, I ran the league today too, was exciting. My team, JSPO, was also pretty good. I think one of us won too. Okay. But I don't know whether were you properly registered, Johannes? Because I don't think the winner is in the Zwift Power results. Best check. Ian Matthews says, me, pot noodle, the food of athlete legends. We're with you there. We are the pot noodle family every Sunday night. Bombay. Well, not quite every Sunday night. Bombay hot pot noodle. Occasionally Victoria does a pot noodle run on a Sunday evening. Salim says, hello, my friends. Sorry I'm late. Salim, you ran amazingly well today. Really good. Salim ran in the sensible Helsinki group today in the Zwift Running League. The one I should have been in, and did really well. Hang on a second. Oh, yeah, he's doing Ramadan, isn't he? He came in 8th position in a time of 15:51. So 15:51, 8th position, whereas I came in 19th position in a time of 16:07. So by rights, it would have made a lot more sense for me to be in the Helsinki group. But never mind, I made my choice. I'll just have to stick with it. So we're still with Amy. Amy is climbing up the hill towards the Arc de Triomphe. And she's falling behind Clive now. Clive's put a bit of a spurt on with 200 metres to go. Let's go to Clive and see Clive finish. Be Clive, followed by Amy. Only 100 metres between them. 22 seconds difference. Clive's heart rate is 160. This is his recovery run. Salim says, yes, it was Ramadan, so it was tough. Yeah, running without any food must have been hard work, but well done, buddy. Good job. Rob Harrison says, Helsinki wasn't sensible for me. Yeah, I think many of us may have tried to step it up and realised how foolish we were to attempt such a thing. Clive Finnemore is going to finish in 4th place. Amy Green's going to finish in 5th. Well done, guys. Thank you very much for coming along. I know Clive's already run the Zwift Running League as well, as did Dan Mapp. Leo got the win. And let's go back to Amy. Well done, Clive. Clive's just finishing. Amy's just going to cross the line now as well. Paul Hayward says, "Can you change groups next week?" I think you can, but I don't think they want you to. It would mess up the results, wouldn't it, of the league? I don't know is my honest answer to that. I think it's technically possible to do it, but I think in the rules they say they would prefer you not to. So that's not saying you can't. It just says they'd like it if you didn't. Okay, so we've also got Kay Barker, who's not on video, who is walking up the Champs-Elysees with 400 metres to go. So we won't worry about Kay Barker too much. Well done to Amy. Great job. Let's just turn the volume up. Hang on, let's see. Amy, are you listening? Can you hear us? And can you? How are you? You all right? Give her a minute for the delay. How are you? You all right?
I'm knackered.
She says I'm knackered. What? How was your time? How are you? You all right?
I'm knackered.
How was your time?
Might have been a PB.
Might have been a PB. Okay, so Amy may have got a PB. Well done, Amy. Thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it. How's Clive done? Have we got anyone else on camera who wants to come on? Okay, let's say hello to Leo. But Leo's cooling off. Well done, Leo. Good job, buddy. And is Dan still cooling off as well? But Dan's still cooling off. And is Clive still running? Okay, right. That's it. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Again, sorry about the lateness. We will get back to normal time at some point in the not too distant future. Everyone, thank you very much for joining us on the chat as well. Salim, Johannes, Ian Matthews, Kim Salt, Paul Hayward, Clara Davies, Tina Beard, Neil Messenger, Steve Milne, well done. Richard Burrows, thank you very much for joining us. Rob Harrison, everyone who's chatted today, thanks guys. Train F1 guy says, "Hi Stephen, treadmill came yesterday but too heavy to get it downstairs, but we have a solution, so probably up and running by next week." Amazing, fantastic, thank you very much, Train F1 guy. Tina says, "Good night all." Clive Finnimore says, "Well done everyone." We will see you possibly tomorrow evening. We might do something. If not, we'll be back on Sunday for something. We'll do something over the weekend anyway, fear not. But we do have to get outside for a long run as well tomorrow. So there might be something. Just hang on and see. Is that Amy's time? 24:32 for Amy. Well done, Amy. Fantastic job. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. And we will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.